Okay, just one more. During the time when Herod was king of Judea, a prophecy of Isaiah began to unfold. In a far distant land, 3 wise men, astrologers, waited for the appearance of a great light in the sky. A single bright star would appear from the heavens. This was to be a sign of a long-awaited event, the birth of a child king who was to be a savior. Had finally taken place. When the star appeared, these wise men, full of anticipation, left their homes in search of the king. The star shone down and led them on their long journey. While on their way, the wise men became thirsty. They stopped at a well outside a village. Today was a day's journey from Bethlehem. A crowd of people began to gather. They told all who would listen of the prophecy and of their journey to worship this child king.
Can we sing Hark the Herald Angels Sing? Sure.
Hark the herald angels sing, glory to the newborn King. Peace on earth and mercy mild, God and sinners reconciled. Joyful all ye nations rise, join the triumph of the skies. With angelic hosts proclaim, Christ is born in Bethlehem. Hark the herald angels sing, glory to the newborn King.
Now among this crowd at the well was a blind woman named Sarah, who had come with her daughter to draw water. Sarah sensed the excitement of the crowd and asked her daughter what was happening. Her daughter answered, 3 men of great wisdom have stopped at our well. They bring news of a prophecy from Isaiah about an infant king. There is a new star in the sky that they have been following. This star points to the place of the child's birth. Sarah's heart began racing. She whispered, "Oh, how I would love to see this child." Then she sighed and said, "But it is impossible for me. Now that I have become blind, all I can do is weave linen for my family." One of the wise men heard this and said to Sarah, "Woman, we cannot let your wish to worship this child king go unfulfilled. A newborn babe is always in need of linen. We will lead you. Come with us to worship him." Jacob, a man lame since birth, had been carving as he listened. When he heard this invitation, he said, "I too would like to see this king, but how could I go and worship him? I have lived in this village all of my life and have survived by carving wood to sell. My legs will not make such a journey. Tell me, wise sir, how could I go?" The second wise man said, "My good man, if one with faith such as yours wishes to worship the child king, we will find a way. Let us all think of a way that you may accompany us too." The wise men and the villagers thought and wondered how Sarah and Jacob might make this journey. 13-year-old David sprang to his feet, exclaiming, "I know how. I'll go get old Nehemiah from the stables. He has a small cart and some donkeys that he tends that are no longer fit for the plow. He can hitch them up and lead them on the journey." Someone in the crowd yelled, "So now you want to bring old deaf Nehemiah too? What a group you'll make going to see this king. It's a good thing he's a babe, or he'd surely laugh at you." The third wise man said, "Go, my son, find this stable man. If he is willing, we can be on our way. Someone who knows animals will be welcome on our journey."
Can we sing our Come On Ye Faithful? Okay.
Oh, come, all ye faithful, joyful and triumphant. Oh, come ye to Bethlehem. Come and behold him, born the King of ages.
They ran down the path to the stables. All the way he was remembering how the children in their village made fun of him. He could see the Torah, yet he still could not read the Scripture, even at his age. He patted his loose clothing as he ran. Yes, his comfort was still there. His flute. He could play beautiful music. He played to comfort himself when the other children teased him. He also played to calm the animals when they were restless. If there is a way, he thought, I'd love to see this child king too. Because David often spent time at the stables with Nehemiah, he could make himself understood by gesturing with his hands. Even so, it took a bit of work to make Nehemiah understand this unusual request. But soon the donkeys were hitched and a small cart was filled with fresh hay. Nehemiah sent David off and proceeded with the cart to the well. When Nehemiah wasn't looking, David hid under the hay. Soon the travelers were ready to depart. The villagers who gathered at the well could not believe that the wise man would actually continue their journey to seek a king in the company of a blind man, a blind woman, a lame man, and a deaf stable hand.
Can we sing the first Noel?
Sure.
The first Noel, the angels did say, was to certain poor shepherds in fields where they lay, in fields where they lay, keeping their sheep on a cold winter's night that was so deep. Noel, 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 born is the King of Israel. Noel, 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 born is the King of Israel.
This strange band of travelers followed the star until it came to rest over a stable in Bethlehem, the city of David. The weary travelers made their way into the stable, where they saw a young couple and a new baby asleep in the manger. The wise man presented the gifts to the child as Mary silently watched. The wise men gave gold, frankincense, and myrrh. Sarah carefully came forward and took from within her garment a piece of finely woven cloth. She held out the cloth to Mary and said, "Lay the child in this, for it is soft and will keep him warm in the winter chill." Mary, realizing Sarah's blindness, gently guided Sarah's hand to rest on the sleeping child.
Can we sing Away in the Manger?
Of course.
Oh,